I've been playing video games for most of my life. I don't recall the first time I had a controller placed in my hand, but I've been told that the first game that I played was Simpsons Hit and Run. I wasn't very good at it, I was only 3 or 4, but it was the start of a long journey. A journey of not only playing games, but also trying to make games as well. I remember I would sit for hours watching Let's Plays of New Super Mario Bros. And Rayman Origins on YouTube, and then drawing my own levels on paper or the back of cereal boxes. But at some point I decided I wanted to make levels that I could actually play on the computer, so I went looking for level editors, and I found a site called Sploder, which was a flash game where you could create your own levels. I couldn't get any of my own footage because Flash Player doesn't work anymore, but it was a cool and fun little site. Around this time I also found Super Mario Flash, which had a level editor built in. I spent quite a lot of time making levels in that. And later I found this other cool editor called Mario Builder, not to be confused with Mario Maker. It was a lot more customizable than Mario Flash, and I had a lot of fun with it. It had bits from Super Mario World, Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario Bros. 2, and so many different power-ups, and you could even add your own music and add your own backgrounds, which was really cool. All of these programs left me wanting something more though, because I could make my own levels, I could customize things like the background, the music, but at the end of the day, it wasn't my own game. And that's where this next program comes in. By the time I was 10 or 11, I was using Scratch. It was the old version of Scratch, the grey one, that you had to download. It felt good to finally be making my own games, and it was a great learning experience. Scratch was very easy to use because the code was made out of blocks, and it was very visual. I'm sure I'm not the only one who cut their teeth with Scratch. I think it's probably been a big help for many aspiring game devs. I'm glad I managed to find my old account to show you some of the games I made. Bear in mind that I made these when I was about 11. They're not great, but it is interesting to go back and play them. It makes me feel a bit emotional and a bit nostalgic. Looking at these games is like kind of looking at a different version of myself. A more innocent and carefree version, one that didn't have to worry about taxes, or working, or rent. Anyway, on to the next section. In 2015, I got my first proper laptop as a gift, and not long after I got it, I installed Unity on it, and immediately started making 3D games. Yeah, I was trying to run before I could walk, but I'd been wanting to make 3D games for a while. I'd even been trying to make 3D demos in Scratch, and now I had the opportunity, I couldn't resist. There's some 3D platformers here, there's a Minecraft clone, a first-person shooter, and unfortunately not much happened from then to 2020. School just got in the way. There were some small projects, but nothing worth talking about. It was only really during the pandemic that I decided to get back into game dev, and that's when the ill-fated Hired Guns Having Fun was made, and the equally ill-fated Snail Party. On a slightly more positive note though, I did actually finish a game at the end of the year, and it was Snowman's Heaven. It was for a jam, and I think I completed it in mostly one night. You can still play it on my itch.io page as well. Unfortunately, after that game, and after 2021, I kind of went on a bit of a hiatus. I started working full time, and unfortunately I just didn't have the time to do YouTube and game development, but now that I've switched to a much quieter job, I've got a lot more time to do YouTube and game dev, and it's been quite fun doing it much more often, and I hope to continue it. I'm going to make another video soon, recapping what I did last year, and also kind of talking about my plans for this year. So that'll be out soon, so I'll see you then. Thank you very much for watching, and please like and subscribe, and comment what you thought of this video. Maybe also leave a comment if you started your journey with Scratch or Unity. Alright, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.